She went on to have an amazing career as a World Cup ski racer. And in one memorable moment in Santa Caterina, Italy, she became one of only a handful of American racers to win a medal at the World Championships. Let's take a look at the career of World Championship medalist Eva Twardokens.
Eva Twardokens, two-time Olympian, six-time U.S. national champion, and World Championship bronze medalist. An all-around athlete, you could count on the fact that Twardokens would be at or near the top of World Championships and Olympic competition during her 10 years as a member of the U.S. ski team. Eva's father, George, was a member of the Polish fencing team and competed at the 1952 Olympics in Helsinki, Finland. 6 years later, he would take full advantage of the fact that the fencing World Championships were being held in Philadelphia, defecting to the United States. His wife, Helena, was allowed to join him 4 years later, and together they settled in Reno, Nevada. Eva was born in 1965. George and Helena were both skiers. Helena became a ski instructor at Squaw Valley, while George was named coach of the University of New Mexico ski team. Small wonder that Eva was introduced to skiing before she was 2, and by the age of 4, she impressed some of the country's leading figures in the sport, demonstrating her techniques at the North American Ski Instructors Congress in Vail, Colorado. Just 17, Twardokens made her World Cup debut in 1982 with an impressive 13th place finish in the combined at Biancavallo, Italy. That same year, Ski Racing Magazine named her their Junior Racer of the Year, repeating the honor the following winter. 2 years later, in January of 1985, she finished second in a World Cup Super G event in Switzerland, and shortly thereafter, Eva rocketed to a World Championships bronze medal in the giant slalom in Bormio, Italy, while teammate Diane Roth claimed the gold. That season, she would prove to be the most consistent racer on the American women's team. A knee injury kept Twardokens out of the 1988 Olympic Games, but she was back at full strength in 1992 for the Albertville Olympics, with her 8th place finish in giant slalom marking the best finish for the Americans in those games. 2 years later, in Lillehammer, disappointed by her 12th place first run result in giant slalom, Eva stormed back in the second run to leapfrog half of those in front of her to finish 6th. In all, she enjoyed 3 top 10 finishes in 2 Olympic Games. Twardokens retired from competitive racing in 1995, but could not distance herself from the sport, winning the World Championships for technical skiing in 1996. Always an all-around athlete, she took up weightlifting and recorded a Masters National Championship title. A strong fitness advocate to this day, Eva encourages others to remain physically active in their day-to-day lives the same way she attacked the World Cup course. The U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame is proud to welcome Eva Twardokens as an honored member and award her the Medal of Honor, the sport's highest award.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eva Twardokens, having been elected by representation of the 15 million skiers and snowboarders in America, we hereby bestow upon you this Medal of Honor in Seattle and confer upon you from this day forward induction as an honored member of the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame. Eva Twardokens, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm so honored to be here, and thank you all for being here. I want to thank the people responsible for nominating me and for the board for inducting me, and I want to congratulate my fellow inductees to the Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame. As we move on through our lifetime, and as I've moved on through my life, not living at a ski area, I tended to forget about my ski career, and this induction has helped me bring into conversation skiing. I have been able to talk about skiing with friends and the memories of my coaches and my fellow teammates and the stories, which Michelle has a lot of good stories about me. They're not all good. and the memories and the glory, and it was great. And this induction has re-blossomed my career as a ski racer, and it's great. It almost feels like I won a World Cup, and I didn't even have to get the starting gate. So if you're a ski racer, that's a pretty cool feeling. It's kind of a, get out of jail free card in Monopoly. And so it's just such a wonderful feeling. The other thing that's been great about this induction is, as we move on through our lives, we end up with new friends and a new community. And this has enabled my new community to experience who I was for most of my life. And I've been able to tell stories about my career, but the coolest thing is to hear the stories about their skiing. And I've noticed a lot of sidewalk skiing while I've been with my friends here in Seattle. And thank you for having this in Seattle. It's such an awesome city. Thank you, Seattle. I've had all my friends show me their moves on the sidewalk. They're good. They're really good moves. Anyway, I appreciate the conversation of sport and skiing being brought up again. And it's not about my stories, but it's about everyone else's stories of their skiing with their kids and their family, and and themselves growing up their first experience ski racing. So, and finally, I want to thank my mom and dad, George and Helena, and my mom Helena is here. Stand up. She turns 83 tomorrow. But without them, I wouldn't have been able to create the memories and the successes and the experiences that I've had as a ski racer. And so I share this induction with them. And finally, this is a totally random thing, but I wanted to demonstrate how connected the ski industry is. So about a month ago, I came home to visit my parents, and my father, George, is not here because he's accepting an award for the PSIA right now. And it's all about him. No, I'm kidding. No, he's awesome. And about a month ago, he said, I was helping one of my fellow professors or doctors at the University of Nevada clean out his office. And I have this thing here. And it says on it, the University of Nevada of 1958, first place downhill, 19th annual winter carnival, it's a belt buckle. Can anyone guess who this belongs to? Who is it? So, just to show you how connected this ski industry is, I didn't spend a lot of time with Dick Dorwick, but somebody did. And I've got your first place belt buckle from winning the downhill in 1958 for Winter Carnival. I want you to come up here and share this with me. So, without sounding corny, like this is what ski racing and the ski industry is all about, is that I ended up with your award in my hand to give to you in my and your induction to the Ski Hall of Fame. And I think that there's no better definition of the glue that holds us together than this. Yeah.